Yes, indeed. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, everybody. Yes. I see the beers. The beers. Has anyone not got a drink, by the way? Has everyone got a beer? Yep. Everyone's got a beer? Everyone's happy? Oh, the journalists not drinking? No? Oh, right. Okay, cool. Right, good. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you take your work seriously. Nice one. Anyway, we here at Ball Street, we like to do the right thing, and we like to support a very, very special group of individuals who are doing something great. It's a charity. It's called Street League, and 3 individuals involved in that are right here, Emrys, Simon and Frank. Simon, I'll start with you. What is Street League? Tell the people what Street League is. Yeah,
so we're a national charity, and we use football to tackle youth unemployment. So we work with some of the most disadvantaged young people. Currently across 7 cities. We just opened in Liverpool and Nottingham, and we'll be in 12 cities by the end of 2014. And we put them on a programme, an 8-week programme, where we teach them how to write a CV, teach them body language, communication skills. We get them ready for work. So when they go and meet the employers, there's someone that they want to employ. And I've got Frank, who's one of our coaches, and I've got Emrys, who's one of our participants with us.
Oh, wicked. Emrys, how did you come to find out about Street League?
It's just sort of going through the job centre and sort of signing on, basically. I was doing that for about 4 months, and it's just getting tedious with the whole process.
Of course.
One day Frank was in the job centre, and I got speaking to him, showed me what Street League's about, what they do, all the information about the 8-week programme, and showed me some of the people that they've met, sort of like Andy Murray, met Leon McKenzie and stuff like that, and trying to change your life through football.
How has it inspired you?
Sort of at the moment, I've finished a programme, and now I'm doing some voluntary work as a mentor with Street League now. So I'm trying to inspire other young people via Frank, basically.
So. Thank you. Frank, it sounds a bit of an odd fit, this one, doesn't it? Because, of course, youth unemployment is a major, major problem in this country. How can football help that? Because it might be difficult to see where the link is between something called Street League and helping young people to get a job.
Well, in England, as you know, one of the biggest sports is football.
Of course.
So we use that as a tool.
Yeah.
We use that as a tool. We've been fortunate just recently to have Leon to come down on a gangs project that I've been running. And when I say gangs project, these boys have been stabbed, shot, all the rest of it. So it's quite real life stuff. Yeah. We've gone in there and turned their heads, you know, on this occasion we was fortunate. We had Leon come in. He gave a talk about some of his past life. He's also inspired a lot of them. A lot of these guys go into full-time education afterwards, or full-time work, or some sort of voluntary sector. The football, as big a part as it is, the biggest thing we want for these boys and girls is to get them off the streets and doing something positive and productive.
And Sam, what are the biggest challenges Street League faces? Of course, funding is always the biggest challenge, but in terms of working with young people and getting them into a position where they feel, because confidence is a lot of thing, isn't it? It's just to walk in and just to know how to write a CV, as you were saying.
Yeah, it is. To be honest, we're doing pretty well, Lehal.
Nice to hear.
Yeah. You imagine Help for Heroes 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I guarantee you're going to hear about Street League in the next few years.
Right.
So we're working.
The biggest challenges. What?
We're working with local authorities all over the country. So it's getting those young people. It's working at the job centres, youth offending teams, substance abuse teams, and getting them onto the programme. Some of the young people are, you know, we're quite laid back. Staff like Frank, it's get them onto the programme, have a good time, but then make sure that they focus on those skills, those key skills that will make them attractive to employers. And just to finish on that, it's 81% of the graduates off our programme get a job or go into training when they finish.
85%, wow.
It's going really well.
Yeah, it is. Frank, you know, you're faced with someone who's never really had any structure in their lives. Perhaps they absconded from school, excluded from school, got into the wrong kind of crew of people. How do you bring those kind of people back onto the straight and narrow, as it were?
You know, it is a tough task. I'm not going to sit here and say to you it's been an easy challenge, because it's not. We need funding. That's basically our biggest thing. We need as much funding from any organisation, as much publicity from anyone. You know, we've got the FA support us, 10 Downing Street support us. There's a lot of good organisations that work very close to us. We've got Crystal Palace is one of our partners at the moment. Queen's Park Rangers are building a relationship with us.
Which would be happy for you.
But yeah, being a QPR supporter,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly. Happy days.
Van Persie's our ambassador.
And yeah,
Wow.
so we got Van Persie as one of our ambassadors. We got Cesc Fabregas and Daniel Sturridge just recently.
Okay, so one
So-
player decided to never
Yeah.
played at Arsenal. Good, it's good to hear.
But like we're
They
all
decided to leave.
They all
yeah,
leave.
Yeah. They've asked them to come to Street League.
But overall, the last project I was on, I actually had young lads because it was a gang project.
Yeah,
Everyone said it's not going to work, it's not going to work, it's not going to work because of the difficult side of it. But through us pushing, not giving up, and that's the biggest key, not giving up. We had 2 lads stabbed in a violent episode of their lives. One was like ill in bed, probably in hospital. But they came down to Street League, and there was 2 things they could have done. They could have gone back and had this big, massive blow-up fight for revenge, which they normally do, or they could have continued the support we give them and the training we give them and all the other bits and pieces we give them, as Emma said to you. And they stuck with us, believe it or not. And both of them today, which I'm so pleased to say, they've got both stitched up, but both of them today have got outcomes out of us, Street League. It's a massive tool, and I recommend it to any young person.
must be very rewarding. And lastly, Emrys, thank you very much as well. Simon, lastly from you, how do people get in contact with Street League?
You can visit the website, streetleague.co.uk. Follow us on Twitter at street_league, or perhaps the easiest is the hashtag Change Lives Through Football, because really we're all over the country now,
Yeah.
but we're working with the young people. The Premier League, you know, £85 million transfers are fantastic, but I think we all care about football, what it can do in our communities, and that's what Street League's all about.
Absolutely. Round of applause for Street League, ladies and gentlemen.